In the world of lifting weights, there have always been two main schools of thought. One side believes in going all out with maximum intensity. They think pushing a muscle to its absolute limit in one go is the key. The other side believes in doing a lot of work over time, or volume. They think strength is built by lifting a lot of total weight through many sets. The first idea is called high-intensity training. It became popular in the 1970s with people like Arthur Jones and Mike Mentzer. High-intensity training called for workouts that were very hard, very short, and not very frequent. The second idea is seen in powerlifting. In powerlifting, the goal is practicing lifting heavy weights, often without going to failure. These two ideas seem like they can't both be right. One is about one final all-out set. The other is about doing many sets. But there was a man who found a way to combine the best of both. The late Dr. Ken Leistner. His approach is like a middle path. It wasn't just a mix of the two ideas. He found a new way to think about how intensity and volume work together. Dr. Ken Leistner had a big impact on many people. In 2020, after he passed away, he was added to the New York State Strength and Power Hall of Fame. This was to honor not just his success as a lifter, but also his character and his contributions to strength sports. Maybe the biggest influence on Dr. Ken's ideas was the time and place where he started lifting. When he began in the late 1950s, the modern fitness industry didn't exist. There were no gyms everywhere, no fancy machines, and no internet to find training programs. He trained in his garage and in the unheated space above his father's welding shop. His equipment was simple and homemade, truck axles, buckets filled with sand or concrete, and a basic barbell set. This simple environment was a good thing. Without a lot of different exercises and machines to distract him, he had to focus on a few of the most basic and effective movements. His training was built around exercises like full squats, deadlifts, overhead presses, bench presses, rows, dips, and chins. This taught him that these uncomfortable exercises were the foundation of any good strength program. It made him a practical person who was skeptical of complicated and trendy fitness ideas. From the beginning, his philosophy was about getting the best results with the simplest tools. Dr. Ken Leistner's training philosophy wasn't just a mix of high-intensity training and powerlifting. It was a unique combination that took the best parts of each. He created a system that required the all-out effort of high-intensity training, but used it to build the kind of real-world, useful strength that old-school powerlifters had. At the heart of Dr. Ken's method was a strong belief in high-intensity effort. He often said, like Arthur Jones, that a set had to be taken to momentary but complete muscular failure, to be as intense as possible. He believed that if you didn't train to failure, you couldn't know if you were really giving 100% effort. This dedication to all-out training is just like the main rule of high-intensity training. But Dr. Ken used this idea in a very different way than classic high-intensity training. Traditional high-intensity training often pushed lifters to take sets of 8 to 12 reps to failure. But Dr. Ken was famous for telling people to do brutally hard, high-rep sets that went far beyond 8 to 12 reps. His most famous and feared workout was the 20-rep squat, often done with a weight a person would normally use for only 10 or 15 reps. He would often pair this with exercises like the stiff-legged deadlift for one all-out set of 30 reps. A set of 20-rep squats is completely different from a set of 8-rep leg presses to failure. It's an exercise in dealing with pain, and it tests your heart and lungs and your willpower in a way that goes far beyond just tired muscles. He said that if you train with the right intensity, doing more work or more sets isn't needed or even possible. This low-set, low-frequency, usually 2 or 3 workouts a week approach makes him sound like he was in the HIIT camp. Dr. Ken did not like the powerlifting model of doing many sets that don't go to failure. Instead, He liked a model where a high number of reps and a lot of time under tension are packed into one single, all-out, intense effort. His programs were always built around what he called the uncomfortable lifts: full squats, deadlifts, overhead presses, rows, dips, and bench presses. He believed these exercises, which use a lot of muscle and make the body work as one unit. This doesn't mean he was completely against machines. He had worked with Arthur Jones and for equipment companies, so he knew that good machines could be useful. He knew that for some people, because of injuries or their body type, a machine like the pendulum power squat might be a better choice than a barbell squat. But his first choice was always the barbell. This preference for basic, multi-joint, free-weight exercises is more like powerlifting than many modern types of high-intensity training, which often use a lot of machines for isolation exercises. In the end, the biggest difference between Dr. Ken's path and the other two is its main goal. Classic high-intensity training is mostly about getting bigger muscles, and powerlifting is all about lifting the most weight for one rep. Dr. Ken's goal was to build functional, usable, athletic strength. His training was designed to make athletes better at their sport, not just stronger in the gym. He explained this idea very clearly when he said that you can build more useful strength by doing heavy sets of 15 to 20 reps with 300 to 400 pounds than by doing heavy sets of 1 to 5 reps with 500 pounds. This statement perfectly shows his middle path. It values strength endurance, the ability to do a lot of work, and the mental toughness to perform under pressure more than just lifting the most weight one time. It's a philosophy that focuses on building a powerful and tough engine that can work for a long time, which is much more valuable to a football player or a wrestler than a small increase in their one rep max.